Wings of ash and flame. The wind howled over the jagged peaks of the Aryan mountains, carrying with it the sharp tang of smoke and the echo of distant dragon cries. Lyra tightened her grip on the worn leather reins of her dragon, Emberclaw, as the beast beat its massive wings to stay aloft. Below, the training grounds of the Skorkspire Academy sprawled like a chaotic anthill. Students sparring, dragons roaring, and instructors shouting commands that cut through the cacophony. Lyra wasn't supposed to be here. Skorkspire was for the chosen, descendants of the Ashbound bloodline, those born with fire in their veins and lightning in their bones. Lyra, a blacksmith's daughter with no remarkable lineage and no discernible power, had slipped through the cracks when she was orphaned and mistakenly identified as an Ashbound. She should have confessed, should have left, but something deep inside her, the same something that dreamed of skies filled with dragons, kept her silent. She didn't belong, and everyone knew it. Still alive, blacksmith. The voice came from above, smug and sharp as a blade. Dane Sareth, the Academy's golden boy and heir to the most powerful dragon rider family in the realm, descended on his gleaming gold dragon, Solstice. The beast's scales shimmered like molten metal as it hovered effortlessly beside Emberclaw. Lyra clenched her jaw. Barely, thanks to you. Dane's grin widened. It's not my fault you're reckless. Or that your dragon's a runt. Emberclaw snarled, a plume of smoke curling from his nostrils. He wasn't the largest dragon, nor the strongest, but Lyra knew his heart burned hotter than any flame in the world. Before she could retort, the Academy's bells rang out, a deep, resonant chime that silenced the grounds below. Every rider froze, tension crackling in the air. Battle formation, boomed Commander Thane's voice, amplified by magic. Lyra's heart raced. This was no drill. Emberclaw dipped into a dive, and Lyra held on tight as they descended to the gathering riders. Dane was right behind her, his confidence infuriatingly unshaken. Listen up. Commander Thane stood atop a massive obsidian dragon, his voice grim. A Shade Swarm has been spotted heading for the northern villages. This is a full-scale attack. All riders, prepare for combat. Shade Swarms. Twisted, wraith-like creatures born of dark magic, capable of draining the life from dragons and riders alike. Lyra's stomach churned. The riders launched into the sky, their dragons forming a ragged but determined fleet. Emberclaw's wings strained to keep up, but Lyra urged him on. They would not be left behind. The northern skies were black with writhing shadows when they arrived. The shades moved like living smoke, their tendrils reaching for anything that dared to challenge them. Dragons roared, unleashing torrents of fire, lightning, and ice, but the shades were relentless. Lyra gritted her teeth, her mind racing. She had no magic of her own, no ancient bloodline to call upon. All she had was Emberclaw and the unyielding will to survive. Stay close, Dane shouted, his golden dragon cutting through the swarm with devastating blasts of fire. Lyra ignored him. She and Emberclaw dove straight into the chaos, the dragon's flames carving a path through the shadows. But the shades swarmed faster than they could burn, their cold tendrils lashing out. One struck Emberclaw's flank, and the dragon roared in pain. Panic surged through Lyra. If she lost him, if she failed. A memory surfaced, unbidden. Her mother's voice, soft but firm, as she worked the forge. Ashes are not the end, Lyra. From them, fire rises anew. Something deep within her stirred, a spark she'd never felt before. Emberclaw, she whispered, her voice trembling with both fear and determination, trust me. The dragon turned his great amber eyes to her, and in that moment, the bond between them solidified into something unbreakable. Lyra reached out, not with her hands but with her mind, her heart. The spark inside her flared to life, and Emberclaw's flames burned brighter, hotter, wilder. Together, they unleashed a torrent of fire so fierce it turned the shades to ash in an instant. The other riders paused, stunned, as the light of their flames carved through the darkness. When the battle was over, the northern skies were clear, and the villagers safe, Lyra landed among the other riders. Emberclaw's scales glowed faintly, the heat of their combined power still coursing through him. Dane approached, his expression unreadable. That was impressive. Lyra smirked, exhaustion tugging at her. Still think he's a runt? Dane said nothing, but his silence spoke volumes. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the skies with hues of gold and crimson, Lyra looked to the future. She still didn't belong, not in the way the others did. But for the first time, she didn't care. Because ashes weren't the end. They were a beginning.